Welcome to lecture number 1, where we talk about what are training methods and why it is important to understand training methods. In a previous lecture, I outlined this quote, which I really like, which says, "As to methods, there may be 1,000,001, but principles are few. The man who grasps principles can successfully select his own methods. The man who tries methods, ignoring principles, is sure to have trouble." So, principles are more important than methods, and for that I have done a previous mini course on training principles, so feel free to check this one out. But now we want to talk about training methods, and for that we talk about in this lecture what are methods, then we talk about what are training methods, and then the practical application. So what are methods? One definition of methods, which I've taken from Merriam Webster dictionary, is methods are a way, technique, or a process for doing something. There are many different definitions out there, but they all say essentially the same. Basically, a method is a way, technique, or a process of doing something. So that brings us to the next question. What is a training method? It was a bit difficult to find something in the English literature about training methods, so I have taken that from one of the German textbooks, and hopefully I didn't butcher it too much. In essence, it says training methods are planned procedures, that's what we had with methods as well, according to the training goal, define the training means, training content, the training mode, training equipment, and loading characteristics. Let's go through that. So, planned procedures. Again, this is what we just said, right? A method is a way or a process of doing something. So, but then it also says training means. Training means training mean is the activity necessary to realize a training goal. And then they talk about training mode, which is basically the training equipment. There's not much of a definition needed because it's the training equipment, but I invite you to read this paper from Stone, Sands, Greg Huff, which goes into detail on different training modes in relation to resistance training. And then the last one is loading characteristics. What are loading characteristics? And here I guess I had to butcher it a little bit. Anyway, loading characteristics are variables, hence training variables, to manage and determine the training load. So the second takeaway here is a training method is a planned procedure to achieve a training goal. What's the practical application? Again, we said I did the definition of what a training method is and what it entails, but there's more to it, to this definition, so I only gave you half of the sentence. Essentially, the second half is the loading characteristics are crucial. Training methods for designing individual training sessions therefore vary in terms of different weighting of the training variables, intensity, volume, density, and duration. So here we have it, training methods and the weighting of different training variables, intensity, volume, density, and duration. And that will be the topic of the next lecture, which will be a bit of a longer one because I will look at every training variable, intensity, volume, density, duration, a little bit closer. So, what did we cover? What are methods? Remember, methods are a way or process of doing something. What are training methods? Training methods are a way or process of doing something to achieve a training goal. That's important, achieving a training goal. And the practical application is what we cover in the next one. It's the manipulation and management of the training variables, intensity, volume, duration, and density. So I'll see you in the next one when we talk about the most important training variables in relation to understanding and applying training methods.